Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel DIY with Sarah Renee. I'm Sarah and I am so glad that you decided to click on this video today. Earlier this week I posted this project on Instagram. It was this cute little ghost made out of yarn on a flat canvas from the Dollar Tree, and I even made my own frame out of tumbling tower blocks, also from the Dollar Tree. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, this is what that project is that I'm talking about. It's this cute little ghost made out of yarn on a flat canvas that I painted and applied the yarn to, and then I made the frame out of tumbling tower or miniature Jenga blocks to make the frame. So I did get a few people asking me to go into more detail about how this project actually works, like what I did to actually come up with the idea and how I actually implemented those to make the project. So instead of just replicating the ghost and just re-recording it to go into more detail for you, I actually came up with two other project ideas for you to either copy, which you're more than welcome to, or maybe get inspired to do something else that's more you or more unique to your style. So if you're excited for today's project, come on with me. Let's go create. pieces up front and center, and I have to say I am so happy with this outcome. I love fall colors more than any color scheme in the entire world. So this like mustardy yellow and this like really rich orangey red, oh, I am just in hog heaven. So I love them so much. So let's just go over a few tips that I have from this project and what I kind of learned along the way. First things first, the larger that the yarn is, the easier that it's going to actually be to lay down. I did find on thinner pieces of yarn, it was harder for the glue to not show. So that was one of the tips that I did get from making these two projects. The thicker yarn like this, the like braided type of yarn, it held a lot easier, and it also hides the hot glue a lot better, and it doesn't shed as much. I did find that the yarn from the Dollar Tree does shed quite a bit. I have only worked with yarn a handful of times, so that could just be something that's across the board. But I did find that it happened more so with the thinner type of braided yarn versus the thicker yarn. Something that I have discovered over many projects and many reverse frame projects is brush application. So you may have noticed in the video I applied my paint wash in a specific way, and if not, don't worry, we're going over it now. And that's all in how you apply it with the brush. So typically, you take your paint on the tip of your bristles and just apply it to your wood. Okay, same thing here. I did apply it here. But instead of continuing to use your end of your paintbrush to apply your paint across the wood, turn it on its side. Start using these end bristles here, literally on the side. So I would take it, apply like this as normal, and then I would flip it on the side and use the side of the brush like this to move that product around. I didn't continue to use that wet brush on the top and just spread it all around. I try to use any side of the bristles just like that to move that product around. And the reason for that is dry brush painting for paint washing or staining is definitely a better way to move your product around than with continued wet bristles or rags or anything like that. So that's a tip that I have gathered from my many reverse frame projects that I've done over my DIY time. And the last tip that I gained, especially from this project in particular, was to lay out all of my pieces before staining or paint washing. And the reason for that is I wanted to know how long each piece was going to be so I wouldn't have to cut it again after staining it and then trying to apply it to my piece. So making sure that you really measure things out and get an idea of what you need to cut, even if it's the tumbling tower blocks, if you need to cut those, what is that going to look like? And also marking where certain pieces are going to be applied in the gluing or adhesing part of the project. So for instance, I knew these smaller pieces here were going to be on the top. So even after, or even while I was paint washing it, I kept it on my drying rack in the places that they were going to be. And I know that seems like so silly to even mention, but it is something that has helped me project after project to make sure that I am keeping with what I intended from the initial idea. So I know I've done quite a few Halloween projects so far, but y'all, I'm ready for fall. Like, give me the fall colors, give me the pumpkins, give me the pumpkin spice latte. Ooh, so basic. I am here for it. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be posting videos every Thursday at 9 a.m. I hope you all have a great afternoon, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.